Hello all, welcome to another VVLSI online lecture series. Today's topic is transistor level implementation of 4-bit carry look ahead adder using mirror CMOS logic. So let us directly start with the topic. Okay, so we are going to implement 4-bit CLA adder using mirror CMOS logic. So in this regard, we will let the generate and the propagate terms be implemented in the static CMOS logic. So anyways, the generate and the propagate terms are independently implemented. So we can implement it using static CMOS logic easily. Now let us begin with the carry terms implementation. So for mirror CMOS logic, the carry out equation used will be C out equal to A into B plus C in into A plus B. Instead of we have used earlier C out equal to AB plus C in into A XOR B. We have used this expression so far, but for mirror CMOS logic, we will be using this expression where the propagate term will be given by P is equal to A plus B and the generate term will be given by G is equal to A dot B. So these are the updated generate term and the propagate term. Now let us look into the truth table. So A and B and C in are the three inputs to the full adder circuit and G and P are the propagate and the generate term. So C out will be accordingly given by G plus C in into P. So let us check the generate term. So in the generate term it is A dot B. So the generate term will be 1 only when both A and B are 1 1. Now let us go to the propagate term. So the propagate term expression is A plus B. So only when A and B both are 0. So that is the first two conditions over here. A and B both are 0. Only then the propagate term is 0, logic 0. Else the propagate term is logic 1. Now let us check the C out expression. So C out expression will be logic 1 if G is 1 or C in and P is 1. So let us check for the first three conditions. So first three conditions, the C out term is 0. Let us check this condition over here. So here we have C in equal to 1 and P equal to 1. So C out will be equal to 1. Next case again we have C out equal to 0. Next case we have again C in equal to 1 and P equal to 1. Hence C out is equal to 1. The other two cases actually it's 1. C out is 1 because G is equal to 1. So this completes the truth table implementation. So let me just open one more window over here. Let me just keep it open. Okay, so that the screen gets fits up properly. And another so that we can check the truth table all the time. Yeah. So the next topic is basically the implementation of the pull-up network. So what does this mean is, let me just keep it here. Now it is proper, both the screens. So what are we trying to say over here is, while implementing the pull-up mirror circuit, the generate and the propagate terms are interchanged. So why they are interchanged? Because only then they will be satisfying the duality principle. Remember, the mirror logic is based on the duality principle. So a simple example of a duality principle is whenever we have a product of two terms, so the dual of it is the addition of two terms. So basically, if A dot B is there, the dual of it will be A plus B. And whenever we have A plus B, the dual of it will be A dot B. So hence, the generate and the propagate terms are to be interchanged in the pull-up mirror circuit. So now let us start with the implementation of carry bit. So in general, the carry expression is given by C of I plus 1 is equal to G of I plus C of I into P of I, where Gi is given by Ai into Bi, and Pi is given by Ai plus Bi. Now let us start with the implementation of C1 block. So C1 term will be equal to G0 plus P0 into C0. So this is implemented using mirror CMOS logic. So we will start with the implementation. First, we'll start with the pull down block. So pull down block will contain two transistors, NMOS transistors is in series with the input as P0 C0, and this combination is in parallel with another NMOS transistor which is in with the input G0. So this completes the pull down network design. So for the pull up network, it will be exactly symmetric to whatever we have done it in the pull up network. But in case of pull up network, we have basically it is made up of PMOS transistors. So also one more thing, the G and the P terms are interchangeable. So here we have, okay, so for the pulled up network, the G0 and the P0 terms are interchanged. So in the pull down network, this was G0. So now this has become P0. And this was in the pull down network P0. And now it has become G0. So we have to take care this fact while doing the mirror pull-up network, designing the mirror pull-up network, we have to take care the Z0 and the P0 terms are always interchanged. Now let us check the total transistor count. So the total transistor count is three transistors in the pull-down network, three transistors in the pull-up network, and we require two more transistors to implement the CMOS inverter. So the total transistor count over here is around 8. So that completes the C1 block. Now just to be a little more comfortable with whether this circuit is whether the interchanging Z0 P0 will give us the functionality of the circuit proper or no. So let us check any two conditions and cross check it with the truth table. Okay, so let us check the working of the circuit. So we will consider the case when A is 1, B is 0, and C in is 0. So basically C in is your C0 only over here. So this is the condition on the truth table here over here. So here we have A as 1, B as 0, and C in as 0 over here. So C in is nothing but your C0 over here. Now let us check what is the value of G0. So G0 is nothing but A dot B. So your A is 1 and B is 0. So G0 will be 0. And P0 is actually A plus B. So it is 1 plus 0. So that is 1. So P0 is 1. So in the truth table also this is the case. Now we will check whether the C out term over here, that is in our case it is C1, whether it is 0 or no, as per the working of these transistors. So let us check that. Now let me just expand it a little. I think yeah, now it's proper. Let me check the whether I can reduce it a little bit. I think 90 will be okay. Yeah, now little better. So let us check the conditions. So we have C0 is 0. So the transistor M2 is off. G0 is also 0. So the transistor M3 is off. P0 is 1. So M1 is on. So basically the pull down network is off because we have no direct path for the output to be connected to 0. So now let us check the pull up network. So for the pull up network, we have C0 is 0. So transistor M5 is on. Next we have G0 is also 0. So transistor M4 is also on. And P0 is 1. So transistor M6 is on. So in the pull-up network, we have one pull-up part, that is M4 and M5, which is pulling the output node, that is C1 bar, to VDD. So C1 bar becomes logic 1. So C1 will become 0. So hence C1 becomes 0, as you can verify it from this truth table. So indeed the output carry is 0. In this case we have C1. So let us check the next condition. So for the next condition we have A as 0, B as 0, and C in as 1. So basically C in is nothing but your C0 over here. So what happened over here? There is some mistake over here. Kindly correct it. This is not C1, this is C0. So in this case, we have C in equal to 1, which is equal to C0. So accordingly, G0 is 0 because A and B are different, and P0 is 1 because either A is 1 and B is 0. So 1 plus 0 will be 1. So P0 is 1. Now let us check the status of the transistors. Remember, this is not C1, this is C0 over here. So let us check the status. First, let us check the status of the pull-up network. So we have G0 is 0. So transistor M4 is on. Then we have C0 is 1. So transistor M5 is off. And P0 is also 1. So we have transistor M6 is also off. So there is no way the pull-up network is on. The pull-up network is off. Now let us move our attention to the pull-down network. So for the pull-down network, we have M1 as P0 is 1. So M1 transistor is on. C0 is 1. So we have M2 transistor is also on. And G0 is 0. So we empty transistor is off. So yes, the pull down network is on via the transistors M1 and M2. So it is pulling up the output node C1 bar to ground via M1 and M2. So C1 bar is 0. So C1 will be logic 1. So here we are getting C1 as logic 1. So here also the carry bit is 1. So indeed these two cases are working fine. And so the circuit over here implemented using let me just keep it over here. Yeah. So the circuit over here using the mirror CMOS logic is working perfectly fine. So next we go move on to the C2 block. So the C2 block, the C2 term expression is C2 is equal to G1 plus P1 into C1, where C1 you can take it from the earlier part. Let me just minimize this. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so C1 you can take it from the upper term, that is C1 is equal to G0 plus P0 C0. So you can take it as it is from here. So C2 is equal to G1 plus P1 into G0 plus P0 C0. So we have to implement this using mirror CMOS logic. So let us begin. Okay, let me adjust the screen. Okay, so now it is visible. Yeah. So first we'll start with the P0 C0 block. So the two NMOS transistors are in series over here. So the NMOS transistor with the input P0 and C0 will be in series, and this network over here is in parallel with NMOS transistor with the input G0, and this combination is again in series with NMOS transistor with the input P1, and the entire network over here is in parallel with NMOS transistor with the input G1. So this completes the implementation of pull down network. For the pull up network, we have to do exactly the mirror images of each other. Only thing is it consists of all PMOS transistors. And secondly, the more important thing is here we had C0, P0 and P1. Here in the pull up network, the P0, the P terms, the propagate terms and the generate terms have to be interchanged. So here we have G0, G1. In the pull down network, it was P0, P1. And here we have P0 and P1. In the pull down network, we had Z0, G1. So this way, both the networks are symmetric. Only in case of pull-up network, the propagate and the generate terms have to be interchanged. Only this much care we have to take. So the output is C2 bar. So to get C2, we have to connect a CMOS inverter. Now let's check the total transistor count. So the pull-down network requires 5 transistors. Similarly, the pull-up network requires 5 transistors, so total 10, and 2 transistors are required to implement the CMOS inverter. So the total transistor count over here is 12. Now let us go back to the implementation of C3 block. So for C3 implementation, for C3 implementation, we require C2 expression. So just have a look. C3 is given by G2 plus P2 C2. So C2 expression we have seen over here earlier. C2 is given by this expression. As it is, this expression can be written over here. So that's what has been done over here. Let us concentrate further. So C3 will be given by G2 plus P2 and the entire expression of C2 will come over here. Now this expression of C3 we have to implement using mirror CMOS logic. So let us start with the design. Let me adjust this. Okay. I think it is fitting the screen now. Yes. So first we will try to implement the pull down network. So we'll start with the two NMOS transistors in series with the input C0, P0. Now these two series transistors are in parallel with another NMOS transistor with the input Z0, and these two combinations are in series with a NMOS transistor with the input P1, and this entire network is in parallel with the NMOS transistor with the input G1. Again, the whole combination is in series with the NMOS transistor with the input P2, and the entire combination further is in parallel with the NMOS transistor with the input J2. So that completes the implementation for the pull down network. For the pull up network, as you can see, it is exactly the same, the mirror image in fact. Only care you have to take it that the generate and the propagate terms are interchangeable. So here we have in the pull down network we have C0, P0, P1, P2 on the left hand side. Here in the pull up network we have C0, G0, G1 and G2 on the left hand side. So pull up network will consist of all the PMOS transistors. So that's how we implement the C3 block. Now let's check the total transistor count over here. So the pull down network will require around 7 transistors. Similarly, the pull-up network will require 7 transistors, so total 14, and 2 transistors are required to implement for the CMOS inverter. So 14 plus 2, the total transistor count for C3 block is 16. Now let us move on to the C4 block. So basically C4 expression is given by G3 plus P3 C3. So the entire expression C3 which we have used earlier now, as it is we have to write it over here. So let us look into details. So C4 expression will be given by G3 plus P3 plus the entire term of C3 will come over here. Now we have to implement this C4 expression using mirror CMOS logic. So let us start. Okay, let me just adjust this to, okay, now it is clear. So let us start now. If I can increase the font a little. Yeah. So first we'll start with C4 expression and the innermost term, that is P0 C0. As you can see, they are in series over here. So NMOS transistors will be in series with the input C0 P0. That will be in parallel with the NMOS transistor with the input G0. This combination is in series with NMOS transistor with the input P1, which is the entire network is again in parallel with the NMOS transistor with the input G1, and this structure is in series with the NMOS transistor with the input P2, and then again it is in parallel with the NMOS transistor with the input G2, and then this combination is in series with the NMOS transistor with the input P3, and this entire combination is in parallel with the NMOS transistor with the input G3 over here. So this expression C4 we have successfully implemented in the pull down network. So for the pull up network, it will be just the mirror image of the pull down network. Only thing is the NMOS transistors will be replaced by the PMOS transistors, and all the generate terms and the propagate terms will be interchangeable. So here on the left hand side in the pull down network we have C0, P0, P1, P2, P3. So here in the pull up network it will be C0, G0, G1, G2, G3. So this care you have to take. The in the pull up mirror network, all the terms of P0, the generate and the propagate terms will be interchangeable. So that we have to take care in case of a C4 block. So now let's check the total transistor count. So in the pull up network, we require total transistor of 9. Total transistor count is 9, and the pull down network also requires 9 transistors. So total is 18, and 2 additional transistors are required to implement the CMOS inverter. So the total transistor count is now 20. So the total transistor count for C4 block is 20. Next, we will start with the implementation of the propagate terms. Now remember, the propagate terms have to be implemented slightly differently over here. So here the Pi is given as Ai plus Bi. So P0 term will be A0 plus B0. P1 term will be A1 plus B1. P2 term will be A2 plus B2, and P3 will be equal to A3 plus B3. Now let us look into the implementation. So this is nothing but, let us consider P0. So this is nothing but a simple OR implementation. So we can easily do that in using static CMOS logic. So for the pull down network, we have the two NMOS transistors in series with the input A0, B0. And in the pull up network, we have the two PMOS transistors in series with the input A0 and B0. So the output here is P0 bar. We have to get P0. So we have to connect the CMOS inverter at the output. So this completes the implementation for the P0 block. Similarly, prototyping you can do for P1, P2 and P3 blocks. So for P1 the inputs are A1 and B1. For P2 the inputs are A2 and B2. And for P3 the inputs are A3 and B3. So this way we can complete the implementation for the propagate terms. Now let's check the transistor count. So one propagate block requires 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 transistors plus 2 transistors additionally required for the CMOS inverter. So the total transistor count over here is 6. So since we have 4 blocks, so the total transistor count is 6 into 4. So that is 24 transistors. Now let's go to the generate block. So generate block can be easily implemented using static CMOS logic as follows. So generate block we have Gi is equal to Ai Bi, G0 will be equal to A0 B0, G1 will be equal to A1 B1, G2 will be equal to A2 B2, G3 will be equal to A3 B3. So this way we can implement it, the generate term. Now this is nothing but a AND gate implementation. So we can implement it easily using the static CMOS logic. So in the pull down network, let us concentrate on the G0 block. So in the pull down network, we have two NMOS transistors in series with the input A0, B0. And in the pull up network, the PMOS transistors will be in parallel. Here there is a mistake. Here it should be a PMOS transistor. So the bubble is missing over here. Kindly do correct it. So the two PMOS transistors will be in parallel with the inputs A0, P0, and the output is G0 bar. So we have to connect. We want G0. So we have to connect C0. a CMOS inverter over here at the output to get G0. So that completes the implementation of G0 block. Similarly, we can complete the implementation for G1, G2 and G3 blocks. It's exactly the same. G1 block requires input as A1 and B1. G2 requires the input as A2 and B2. G3 requires the input as A3 and B3. So let us check the total transistor count. So let's consider the G3 block. So here we total transistor count is for one block is around 6 transistors, 4 for the pull up and pull down network and 2 for the CMOS inverter. So we have 4 such blocks. So the total transistor count will be 6 into 4, that is 24 transistors. So we require 24 transistors to implement the generate term blocks. Now let us focus our attention into some terms. So it is slightly different. So we have to implement it using mirror CMOS logic. So concentrate in the sum term. We have derived this using, while we were deriving the static CMOS implementation using the inverting property. So the sum expression can be written as A into B into C in plus C out bar into A plus B plus C in. So in the general form, if we want to write the above expression, we can write it as Si is equal to Ai Bi into Ci plus Ci plus 1 bar into Ai plus Bi plus Ci. Now we already know the generate term expression is given by Gi is equal to Ai dot Bi and Pi is equal to Ai plus Bi. So if we substitute in the above form, we get Si is equal to Gi into Ci plus Ci plus 1 bar into Pi plus Ci. So this way we can implement. We have to implement the sum terms. So S0 will be given by G0 C0 plus C1 bar into P0 plus C0. S1 will be given by G1 C1 plus C2 bar into P1 plus C1. S2 will be given by G2 C2 plus C3 bar into P2 plus C2. S3 will be given by G3 C3 plus C4 bar into P3 plus C3. So these are the 4-bit sum expressions. Now we have to implement them using mirror CMOS logic. Okay, so let us start. So in while implementation of some pull-up mirror, we have to take care that the G and the generate and the propagate terms are interchanged, because then only it will satisfy the duality property. So let us start with the design. So first we are implementing S0 expression over here. So S0 is given by G0 C0 plus C1 bar into P0 plus C0. So let us concentrate on that. So here we have the implemented result over here. So first we'll start with P0 C0. So P0, the two NMOS transistors are in parallel with the inputs P0 and C0, and the two of them is in series with the transistor C1 bar with the transistor with the input C1 bar, and this combination is in parallel with the two NMOS transistors which are in series with the input Z0 and C0. So this completes the pull down network implementation. The pull up network will be exactly let me just show you. The pull up network implementation will be exactly the mirror image of the pull down, and but in the pull up network we have all PMOS transistors, and care should be taken to interchange the generate and the propagate term. So in the pull up network, in the pull down network on the left hand side we have G0 C0, and whereas in the pull up network we have the same thing as C0 P0. So in the pull up network, that is the mirror pull up network, the propagate and the generate terms are interchanged. Similarly, you can implement the S1 block. For the S1 block, the we have to use this expression. Similarly for S2 and S3. So we have to do the prototyping in case of this. So we have seen in details the S0 implementation. Similarly, we can do the implementation for S1. So similarly, we can implement the S1 block over here, S2 and S3. So only as for these equations over here, we have to implement using mirror CMOS logic. We have discussed one in detail. Similarly, you all can work it out for S1, S2 and S3. So I will keep this there for around 2 seconds and then we'll proceed. Okay, so these are the sum terms block. So let's check the total transistor count for one block. Let's consider S2 block. So for the pull down network, we require around 5 transistors. And for the pull up network also we require 5 transistors. So total is 10. And additionally 2 transistors are required for the CMOS inverter. So the total transistor count for one sum block is 12. And we have 4 of these sum blocks. So the total transistor count will be 12 into 4, that is equal to 48. So total 48 transistors are required to implement the sum term block. Okay, so now we have completed the design, the entire design of 4-bit. Let me just start from here. So we have completed the design on paper for 4-bit CLA adder using mirror CMOS logic. So we started with C1 block, implemented it using the mirror CMOS logic. Then we moved on to the C2 term block. Then we have implemented C3 block using mirror CMOS. Next was C4 block, the biggest. C4 block. After C4 block, we have seen the slightly different implementation of the propagate terms using static CMOS logic, and then similarly the generate terms. Then we have seen how to implement the sum terms using this modified equation, and just now we have implemented them using mirror CMOS logic. So this completes the implementation, entire implementation of 4-bit CLA adder using mirror CMOS logic. So this completes the part 1 of the lecture. Part 2 of the lecture will be the LT Spice simulation implementation of the same. So let us begin that after 2 seconds. Okay, so we are back. So we have implemented this entire 4-bit carry look ahead adder using mirror CMOS logic. Don't get afraid by so many transistors over here. So this 4-bit carry CLA adder is implemented here using 162 transistors. Yes, right? 162 transistors. So we will see this one by one. It's a symmetric and prototype network. So we will, when I expand it, it will be more and more clear. So let us start with the generate terms. Let me just, oh yeah, let me just expand this section so that it will be a little clear. Yeah, now I'll open up one of the generate. Let's consider um, G1 block. Yeah, and here also let's consider the G1 block. Okay, so here you see the implementation onto your left is on LT Spice, and to your right is we have done the design on paper. So G1 block will contain input as A1 and B1. The NMOS transistors are in series, and in the pull-up network, A1 and B1 are the two PMOS transistors will be in parallel, as you can see over here. The output is G1 bar, so we have to connect a CMOS inverter over here to get G1. So indeed the circuit is proper. Now let's check the circuit for G1. So G1 the inputs are A0, B0, and similarly for G2 the inputs are A2, B2 in the pull up and the pull down network. Again, we have a CMOS inverter to get G2 from G2 bar. And then similarly, we have the block for G3 where the inputs are A3 and B3. So again, we have a CMOS inverter to get G3 from G3 bar. Okay, let us put it back, zoom out, and let us concentrate on P0 terms. So let me just expand this section of the, okay, okay, that's fine now. Let us go back to our propagate block. Okay, let us check the first block over here. Oh, sorry. Let me just close this and let us check the first block. And let me open up the window. Yeah. So this is the P0 block over here. You can see. So P0 block will contain A0, B0 in the pull down network. Here also we have A0, B0 in parallel in the pull down network. And the two PMOS transistor with the input A0, B0 are in series. And the output is P0 bar. So it has to go through a CMOS inverter to get converted into P0. So the design over here on paper and the design over in LT Spice is one and the same. Similarly, we can observe it for P1 block. So for the P1 block, the inputs are A1, B1 in the pull down network and A1, B1 in the pull up network as well. For P2 block, the inputs are A2, B2 in the pull down network and A2, B2 in the pull up network as well. And the output here is P2. Similarly, P3 will contain input as A3, B3. So in this way, we can make a prototype circuit for P0, P1, P2, and P3. Next, we'll zoom out and concentrate on the carry blocks. So let me show you the block for C1. And now let me show you the design on whatever we have done here. So on the right hand side, you have the design on paper, and on the left hand side, we have done the design on LT Spice simulation. So in the pull down network, we have C0, P0, G0, and in a pull up network, we have C0, G0, and P0. So you can see it is exactly symmetric, and the output is C1 bar. So to get C1, we have connected a CMOS inverter over here. So this is my C1 block. Next, let us see the C2 block. C3 block, C2 block is slightly bigger. So let us check the pull down network first. So we will only check the pull down network of. Okay, so let us check the pull down network of the C2 block. So here we have C0, P0, P1. Here also we have C0, P0, P1. And here we have two transistors G0 and G1. So this is proper. Now let us check the pull up network. So pull up network we have G1, G0, C0 on the left hand side. So here also we have G1, G0, C0, and on the right hand side we have P0 and P1 connected like this. So P0 and P1. So indeed we have checked it differently, the separately, that is the pull up and pull down network, since the network is quite big. And let us check it all together over here. So here we have to produce C2, so we have connected a another CMOS inverter over here. Now let's check the connections for C3 block, the pull down network of C3. I'll expand it a little. So now let us check the C3 block, pull down network implementation. So this is C3 block pull down network. So we have over here G2, G1, G0. Here we have C0, P0, P1 and P2. I hope you all can see this. And in the pulled up network we have, let me just show you the pull up network over here. It's actually very big. That's why it's not fitting inside the screen. I'm still trying my best to show you all that. Okay, so here we have P2, P1, P0. Here also we have P2, P1, P0. And then on the extreme left hand side we have C0, G0, G1, G2. So here also we have G0, C0, G0, G1, G2. So indeed this entire block is your C3 term. So let me just show you over here. Let me just minimize this. So this block over here is my C3 block, this entire block, along with the pull up and pull down network. And we require another CMOS inverter to get C3 from C3 bar. Now next let's check the pull down network of C4, which is the biggest block over here. I hope I cannot expand this further. Yeah, so that's the maximum I can have over here. Let's check the C3 block in our PDF, which we have implemented. So this is my C4 block, the pull down network. So on the left hand side we have C0, P0, P1, P2, P3. So here also we have C0, P0, P1, P2, P3 connected like this. And here we have G0, G1, G2, G3. So indeed the connections are correct. And similarly we will check it for the pull up network. Okay, I guess I have to minimize this a little. Yeah. So let me open the pull up network. So the pull up network left hand side contains G3, G2, G1, G0, C0. Here also we have C0, G0, G1, G2 and G3. And on the other side we have P0, P1, P2, P3. So here also we have P0, P1, P2, P3. So indeed this is also correct. So at the output this is huge to fit in the screen. So I'll expand on this side. So as you can see, this entire block is my C4 block, and at the output again we have connected a CMOS inverter to get C4 from C4 block. So C4 bar, sorry. So now let us check. Let me just minimize this again, fit to screen, and then now let us concentrate on S1 block. Okay, let us check the S1 block I have here. Let me just check. Yeah, we have S0 block over here. Now let us compare with the design with the paper. So we were just checking the symmetry, whether this design on entire is correct or no on an LT Spice. So we have G0, C0, C1 bar, P0 and C0 as exactly as per the design on paper. And in the pulled up network also we have P0, C0, G0, C0 and C1 bar. So yes, the design is correct. And also we require to generate S0 from S0 bar. So hence we have connected a CMOS inverter over here. Now let us similarly we can observe the designs for S1 block. I have S1 block over here. It's exactly symmetric. Let me just bring it over here. Yeah. Similarly, for S2 block, where the inputs will be G2, C2, C3 bar, and so on and so forth. And for S3 block, this is also symmetric with the input C3, G3, P3, C4 bar. So this way, we have gone through the entire uh, design of 4-bit CLA adder using CMOS logic. On the LT-Spice, the number of transistors and the combinations looks perfectly fine. Now we'll verify the results by simulating this waveform. So we'll go to simulate and we click on run. Already the waveforms are already set up for y'all. So we can directly observe the waveforms and start analyzing them. Okay, so we have the waveforms ready. We have fast forwarded the video. So all these waveforms are ready. So let me just describe this over here. So first we have C0 term, A3, A2, A1, A0, B3, B2, B1, B0, S3, S2, S1, S0, and the carry 4. Now the idea which we are implementing is something like this. Um, yeah, so the idea is there's something like this. We are implementing 4-bit CLA. So basically that means addition of two 4-bit binary numbers. So for that we have the expressions as follows: A0, A1, A2, A3, B0, B1, B2, B3. These are two 4-bit binary numbers which we have to add, and the carry bits generated are C0, C1, C2, C3, and C4, and the sum bits are S0, S1, S2, S3. So this is the sequence we will be checking. We will be checking it individually in the waveforms, and then exploring whether this result is correct or no. That is the sum and the carry part. S0 to S3 and the carry 4, whether they are matching with our result or no. So let us start. Let me just adjust the screen so that we can perfectly view it. And also simultaneously, we need to check the cases for, let me just adjust this properly. Yeah. So now let me also adjust the screen. So we will check the first case over here. So first we will start with C0 is 0. A3 will go from A3 to A0. So A3 is 0, A2 is 1, A1 is 0, and A0 is 0. So basically this is nothing but 0, 1, 0, 0. Now especially again we'll go through B3 to B0. I'll just repeat the logics now. So B3 is 0. Again now B2 is 0. B1 is 0, B2, B0 is also 0. So B3 to B0 all are zeros, and the result is S3 to S0, which is 0, 1, 0, 0. So it is from S3 to S0, 0, 1, 0, 0. And the carry 4 bit is also 0. So here it is also 0. So now let us check it by manually addition it, making the addition. So 0 plus 0 is 0, C0 is 0. Next is 0 plus 0, again it is 0. Then 1 plus 0 is 1, and 0 plus 0 is 0. So indeed the first example is verified. So indeed the waveforms are adding, as per the waveforms the result is matching. So the sum bits and the carry bits are perfectly fine. Now let us check the second condition. The second condition, the time period is from 1 millisecond to around 2 milliseconds. So let us check the second condition. So basically this is my second condition. Okay, so for the second condition, the time period will be from 1 to 2 milliseconds. So here from A3 to A0, the terms are 0, 0, 0, and 0. So this is what is written over here, 0 0 0 0, plus the B3 to B0 terms are 0 0 0 0. So here we are adding two 4-bit numbers whose values are binary 0. So the sum will be over here S3 to S0, 0, 0, 0 and 0, and C4 is also 0. So here it is coming out to be all zeros. So no need to check, it's perfectly fine. We are adding all zeros over here. Next is we will check the third case, the time period for which is 2 millisecond to around 2.2 millisecond. So let us start. So from A3 to we'll start with C0 is 0. So A3 to B3, A3 to A0, I'll discuss the numbers. That is logic 0, 0, 0, 1. So here also it is 0, 0, 0, 1. And for from B3 to B0, we have 0, 0, 0, and 0. Now let us check here also we have written it as 0, 0, 0, 0. Let us check the sum. Sum will be S3 to S0. It will be 0, 0, 0, 1. So from S3 to S0, it will be 0, 0, 0, 1. And the carry 4 bit over here in this duration is also 0. So carry 4 is also 0. Let us check. So only in the first case we have 1 plus 0, that is 1. Rest all the cases we have 0. So indeed the the third example is also verified and it's coming perfectly fine. Now let us check the fourth combination over here. So the fourth combination is from 2.2 millisecond to around 3 millisecond. So let us start from C3. C3 is 0. A3 to A0. So it is 0, 0, 0, 1. So it is written over here 0, 0, 0, 1. Now next is B3 to B0. So B3 to B0 is 0, 1, 0, 0. So here also we have written 0, 1, 0, 0. Let us check the sum S3 to S0. It is 0, 1, 0, 1, and C4 is also 0. So C4 is 0 and the addition is 0, 1, 0, 1. So perfectly alright. Next we'll check the fifth condition. So the fifth condition, the time period is from 3 millisecond to around 3.4 millisecond. So let us start with C0. C0 is 0. A3 to A0. So A3 to A0 is 1, 0, 0, 1. So as it is written over here, 1, 0, 0, 1. B3 to B0 is 0, 1, 0, 0. So as it is written over here, 0, 1, 0, 0. Let us check the sum condition over here, S3 to S0, 1, 1, 0, 1. And C4 is also 0. So C4 is 0, it is 1, 1, 0, 1. Now let us check the addition of it. So addition 1 plus 0 is 1, 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, and 1 plus 1 is 0. So this is also correct and verified from the waveform. Let us check the next combination, the sixth condition, which is from 3.4 millisecond to this 3.6. So this small duration over here we need to check. So C0 is 0 over here. Let us check from A3 to A0. So A3 to A0 is 1, 0, 0, 1, as it is written over here, 1, 0, 0, 1. Now let us check from B3 to B0. So B3 to B0 is 0, 1, 0, 1. So it is also added over here properly. Let us check the sum. Sum result is 1, 1, 1, 0. So this is written it correctly, 1, 1, 1, 0. And C4 is also 0 over here. So you can see C4 is also 0 over here. So C4 is 0. Now let us check the condition over here. So first case we have 1 plus 1. So 1 plus 1, the sum is 1 and the carry is 0. So here it is 1 plus 0, it is 1. 0 plus 1 it is 1, and 1 plus 0 it is 1. So this is also correct. Let us check the next condition, the seventh condition. So the seventh condition is from 3.6 millisecond to around 4 millisecond. So let us check that. So C4 is C0 is 0 here. Let us check the status from A3 to A3 to A0. So A3 to A0 is 1 0 0 1. So it is correctly written here on the right hand side. Next is B3 to B0, 1 1 0 1. So again it is correctly written as 1 1 0 1. Now let us check the condition of the output sum. So S3 to S0 is 0 1 1 0, and the carry 4 bit, that is a C4 bit, is 1. So let us check over here. So here C4 bit is 1, and we have S3 to S0 as 0 1 1 0. So let us count this now. So addition of 1 plus 1 is sum is 0 and the carry is 1. Again 1 plus 0 the sum is 1. 0 plus 1 is 1, and 1 plus 1 the sum is 0 and the carry forwarded is 1. So indeed it is correct. The seventh example is also correct. Let us move on to the other example number 8. Okay, so for example number 8 we have from 4 milliseconds to around 4.4 milliseconds. So here we have C0 as 0, and A3 to A0 as 1 0 1 1, as correctly written on the right hand side. B3 to B0 as 1 1 0 1, that is also correctly written on the right hand side. Now S3 to S0 will be 1 0 0 0, and C4 is 0. So here also it is correctly written. C4 is 1. C4 is 1 over here. So C4 is 1, and S3 to S0 is 1 0 0 0. Now let us check over here. So adding these 4-bit numbers will be 1 plus 1 is 0, and carry is 1, and again 1 plus 1 is 0, carry is 1, 1 plus 1 is 0, again the carry is 1, and now 1 plus 1 plus 1, the sum is 1 and the carry is also 1. So this is also correct, perfectly fine. Now we'll check the next condition, that is the second last condition, the ninth condition. Let us go back to our design. So it is from 4.4 to 4.8 millisecond. Here we have carry bit as 1. So that will be interesting. So carry C0 is 1, initial carry. A3 to A0 we have 1, 0, 1, 1. It is correctly written on the right hand side of your screen in the paper form, in the PDF form. And B3 to B0 is 1, 1, 0, 1. Again it is correctly written. Now let us check the sum bit over here. So S3 to S0 we have 1, 0, 0, 1, and C4 is also 1. So it is correctly written. C4 is 1, and sum S3 to S0 is 1 0 0 1. So that is also correctly written over here. Let us check the condition. So the C0 bit is 1, and A0 and B0 is also 1. So 1 plus 1 plus 1, the sum is 1 and the carry is 1. Carry forward to the next bit. So 1 plus 1 is 0. Again the 1 plus 1 is 0. Now next is 1 plus 1 plus 1, the sum is 1 and the carry is also 1. So that is perfectly fine. Let us check the last condition for us. So the last condition, C0 bit is 1. A3 to A0 we have 1 0 1 1. So that is correctly written on the right hand side of the PDF. So we have next is B3 to B0 we have 1 1 1 1, and that is also correctly written. Now some bits will be S3 to S0 will be 1 0 1 1, and the C4 bit is also 1. So here we have C4 bit as 1, and we have 1 0 1 1. Let us check. So your initial C0 bit is 1, so we have 1 plus 1 plus 1, the sum is 1 and the carry is 0. Again we have 1 plus 1 plus 1, the sum is 1 and the carry is also 1. Next we have 1 plus 0 as 1 plus 1 as 0 again, and the carry is again 1 to the next stage. So again we have 1 plus 1 plus 1, whereas the sum is 1 and the carry is also 1. So all the examples are verified. So indeed the circuit which you can see it on your screen, this huge transistors which we have 162 transistors are working together to give us successfully the addition of 4 bit binary numbers, the addition of two 4-bit binary numbers, and the carries which are generated and the sums which are generated are perfectly fine. So congratulations, we are successfully verified the 4-bit CLA adder using mirror CMOS logic, and we were successful enough to verify the 10 cases for addition of two 4-bit binary numbers. So it's a quite a bit of achievement. Now let us go back to the reference. So this completes the design in LT-SPICE. We have verified the design with the help of this waveform. We have checked over 10 cases, and now let us go back to the reference. So for the reference, for the basic concepts, we have referred Introduction to VLSI Circuits and Systems by John P. Waimura. So we have successfully completed our BVLSI online lecture, that is based on transistor level implementation of 4-bit CLA adder using mirror CMOS logic. So first we have implemented the design on paper, and next we have verified the design in LT-SPICE. So that's it for this lecture. Thank you.